Hey everybody, I'm Jesse,
And I'm Addie.
and we just finished watching Argyle. I feel like it's been quite a while that we've been waiting for this movie. The trailers just
The
kept
second I saw the
coming,
trailer, I was
coming
like,
up,
I
and
want to watch that one. I love books.
This is a Matthew Vaughn film. If you don't know who that is, he directed the Kingsman films. So you're gonna get a lot of those vibes in this movie. So if you like those films, just right off the bat, this might be right up your alley. This is a spy thriller, and it has a lot of good elements of a spy thriller. It's got a solid foundation. I'm really picky with my spy thrillers. Sometimes I know you're more into them. You're more broad, where like you'll enjoy them, and I'm like, does it feel too much thrillery, or it just it's too much into this, or leans too much into that? And this kind of just has a good balance of everything, of action, mystery. There were some sparts. There was some parts where I was like, if you're a spy, why didn't you do this or do that kind of thing, or some silly mistakes where I'd say, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, they answer.
No, just more of just like the day to day, or like the movements, or like setups. Like if someone's like punching in a number or something over here, why isn't the other one, instead of just like leaning and looking in there? Why aren't you watching my back, kind of thing? Watch my six.
Because this is a silly, goofy movie.
Yeah, it's a kooky movie, as you put it. But besides that, there was some CG that was like throwing me off in a couple spots here and there. But then again, also that was kind of like the same vibe I got with his other films, so kind of expected as well.
Yeah, unfortunate that the cat was mostly CG. So in a couple of shots where the cat is moving around, he looks a little weird,
a little wonky. Yeah,
little wonky.
There was a video I didn't get to watch yet, but something about like CG looking too clean nowadays, where just like it stands out, or like if someone's like in a car and like it's that floating head effect where it's like you can tell that they're not really in that car because they have almost a different texture or something.
Yeah, there's either the lighting or it's the moves don't look as natural as they would. And I wouldn't even know. It's like just like something that your eye picks up that is weird and you notice it more.
Yeah. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad where if you're just your average Joe and you're watching this, you're not gonna be like stand out. It's something that you might notice, but if you don't think about it too much, it's alright.
It's not Sharknado.
Yeah, it's also not B grade CG, so. But besides that, my favorite thing about the film was just the twists and turns.
So many twists and turns. I was not expecting any of them.
It was kind of losing me at some point around after the first act, leading into the second act, and then it just starts slapping you left and right with twists and turns. and I was like, I was getting whiplash from all those twists and turns, and I was like, all right, you have my attention.
Yeah, I thought they definitely added on to the plot way more than what the trailer lets on. And that's all I will say about that, because I could spoil it all right this very second.
Easily. Yeah, very easily. One wrong word and you'd spoil the whole thing, just because like there's so much that gets revealed.
Yeah,
in such a short period of time.
They are good twists and turns, and even though there's many, because sometimes when you have a lot of different things happening, it gets a little convoluted. But I think they did it really well in this movie, and everything added another layer of like maybe uncertainty. Yeah, intricacy. I thought they did a great job with all their twists and turns.
Yeah, and they weren't just silly, and also the delivery of those plot twists was good. It wasn't just like,
surprising.
Oh look, so and so is actually so and so. It was very dramatic. Yeah, every time they would reveal them, or like one of the characters would learn about that twist, and it was exciting. It was exciting to go along that journey.
It was a secret for the audience, because obviously like the characters in their real life are living this one thing, so they're not seeing the other shots that we're seeing of like this person and this character are in this boat versus this person's underneath a wooden plank of floor.
Which is a very good point, because it's like when we're reviewing ISS, how I was saying, it's like, I think it really helps out when only one party knows. Yeah. Either the audience knows or the characters know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of instances where it's only either one in this film, and it switches between them.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps create that suspense,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, come on, give me more, you know.
Yeah.
So that was really good. That whole second act of the film, loved it. It was fantastically crafted. But the part that tends to lose me every time with these films by Matthew Vaughn is his over the top, and it's not over the top action. I don't mind the action. I love action films, but it's the over the top like color and fact that these sequences
Silliness.
are very unrealistic.
Yeah.
Or not even unrealistic, because a lot of movies are going to be unrealistic. What am I looking for? Maybe flamboyant, maybe, yeah. They're showpieces. Yeah, very, yeah. I don't even know how to describe it. But if you've seen Kingsman, you know, these action sequences where they're very colorful and unnecessary events are happening where I'm just like, there's no need for that to have happened. And I get it. It's for the showmanship of the film, and it looks poppy. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. I might be in the minority, but it kind of pulls me out where I'm like, wow, this is a really good spy thriller. Boom, boom, great story, great action. And then it's like slaps in all this unnecessary theatrical look to it that I'm just like, it kills it for me.
Yeah, I really like the Kingsman movies, but they were kind of weird from the beginning. Like, you could tell this was not a serious movie. It was like a funny, silly, haha movie.
Yeah,
but this movie started off like a serious movie. So when they added that in at the end, I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying. There's a scene towards the end that I think starts off all of the weird, kooky special effects, and two characters are dancing, and there's smoke, and the smoke is colorful, and they are drawing shapes with it. That part, I think, really just took me out of the entire movie, and I was just like, everything else seemed realistic, but in no way in hell you're gonna be dancing with colorful smoke around you forming hearts and stars. So it made the rest of the movie kind of like seem maybe not subpar, but not on the same level, because then it started getting progressively sillier, and it felt weird. There was a shift in in the editing style.
Yeah, and it's that kind of part, like, I could go off on a tangent, but like those kind of things like leads me into another question that leads me into another question, like, why would this, you know, let's say secret organization or whatever have this giant arsenal but have colorful smoke grenades? It doesn't make sense to me. And I get it, you know, suspension of disbelief, but it pulls me out of the film. I'm surprised you agreed with that as well, because I thought you'd be like, perfectly fine with it. But like you said, the majority of the film feels like a good, solidified spy thriller.
Yeah.
And then they take it to that, and it's just like,
I don't think it added anything. In fact, I think it would have been better without it. But it was just the fact that the movie was not silly from the beginning. It was not as silly. It felt more serious than Kingsman movies. So I think that was turning into a silly movie towards the end, and then there was another sillier scene, and then it just kept getting wonkier as it went by.
Yeah. And to be fair, I was kind of expecting it, but then the movie was doing so good, I was like, I'm not expecting that anymore. And then it happened, and I was like, all right, you went and did it. But I don't think it docks too many points, at least in my book, because as a whole, the movie did really good.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it, would watch again, and there is a secret scene after a couple of credits. And you don't have to wait for it. Yeah. It's basically the movie ends at like, I think you get maybe like a little bit of credits and it's like, bam. Yeah. So that is very nice. Appreciate that. I like not having to sit for like 6 to 9 minutes to wait for a 5-second scene. Yeah. So I think it's worth it if you're, let me say this properly, if you are in this lore. Yeah. I won't say much else. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good little post-credit scene or end-credit scene, whatever you want to call it. Mid-credit scene? That's not pre-credit scene. Yeah, pre-credit scene. Yeah. But on to ratings. You want me to go? You can go first. I really liked it. I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was almost perfect up until that colorful scene at the end. So -1 points for that. I also think the cast could have been better. I really liked Bryce Dallas Howard, and I thought she did a great job in her character. I didn't super think everybody else was great. They also didn't seem to have like a lot of chemistry. So I don't know what about it. I also don't know who I would prefer. But I didn't super like the available selection. Other than that, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. For me, I'd have to say a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a very good, solid spy thriller. I'd watch it again. I'd show it to the people. I'd recommend it to others. But I dock points just for like those sequences I didn't like. And those like tiny mistakes that I'm like, if you're this highly trained spy, like why aren't you doing these things? You know, like having a better setup as you're going through. Why did you get caught off guard over here, over there, you know, kind of thing. So that docks points for me. But other than that, I still think it's really good. The one thing I was thinking throughout this film also was how like Henry Cavill has gone from, he did that movie Man of Uncle. Mm-hmm. And I thought that movie was garbage and so boring. But then now he's in another spy thriller. And now he's in, did I say spice? Now he's in another spy thriller where he's a spy, and it's significantly better than that film. So, redemption.
Well, yeah, no, what I was thinking was, I was like, wow, this man was like Superman, and now he's...
Oh yeah, he was also Superman.
Silly, dorky book character with weird straight hair.
He is a dork. He is a big gamer and such.
He doesn't look like a dork.
He doesn't, but it's super funny. Watch interviews of him where there's like, they're like, ooh, what is your favorite hobby or whatever? And he's like, oh, I love playing Warhammer. And then there's like some other random guy. He's like, oh, really? I play Warhammer too. And then he's like, oh, what are you playing as? And there's this chick in the middle. And she's just like, this is not what I was expecting Henry to be like.
What was the movie or other TV show that he had to leave?
The Witcher.
Yeah.
He loved those games books, I think.
What was the reason that he left?
I want to say it's because Zack Snyder, because The Rock did Black Adam, and then he cameoed in it.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're like, oh, we're gonna restart the universe, and they got him hyped up, and so I think he left. At least that's what the rumor says.
Yeah.
He left Witcher. He was like, sorry, I have to do this. This is more important. But then they canceled and they scrapped that, and then James Gunn took over the DC and was like, nope. And so he was like, great, nah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that, but I was like, I swear to God, this is not the movie he left show for.
It was not for this, no. And which is also funny, because he signed, I think, like a 7-season contract for The Witcher, which again, now we're going off topic, but yeah, that's...
Yeah, I didn't remember what it was for, but I was like, it can't have been this one, please.
No, especially because he's not a titular role in this film.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's about it. That sums up our thoughts. So, 7, 9. Regardless.
Could have been a 10.
Good film. I would buy this and I would watch it on Blu-ray on a nice TV at home. And just enjoyed it because it was fun. It was a good thriller, good action, good characters. But yeah, definitely do go check this out in theaters. I think since it's produced by Apple TV, it will eventually come up into Apple TV. But yeah, check it out. Very much worth it. Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below once you've checked out Argyle. Till next time.